What's up, YouTube? It's Buckley.
And Pat.
And we're going to do a profile on a rabbit deck. Woohoo! I bet you've seen a ton of these. I took this to the Niles Regional up at Pastimes yesterday. And I went 4-4 with it. I dropped in round 9. It was just a lot of fatigue and just really good matches. Like, there was nothing I could complain about. But we'll get to the deck list. Alright?
I want to do a little background information on it. We kind of had a idea at the same time, and we didn't even realize it.
And they were like, "Guys, we got this." But you'll see, because everyone loves a good variation on Dino Rabbit.
So let's premiere our new deck.
All right. So first off, got 2 Rescue Rabbit. It's kind of a staple, you know. Next up, you got 3 Alexandrite. What the hell is that? It's not a dinosaur. It's an Alexandrite dragon, folks. That's right. 4-star, 2000 attack beater. Devastating. Gets weirder.
Next cards are up.
3 Noble Knight Poem Man. Actually, Artorigus. We'll get further into explaining. Okay, some of you probably figured out what's coming next by now.
Gawain.
Gawain. Noble Knight Gawain. Okay. So, whenever you control a light normal monster, you can special summon Gawain from your hand in face-up defense position. Easy enough, makes sense? So, starting to get where we're going. Rabbit, banish. 2 Alexandrite dragons, drop Gawain, and then we're going to go ahead and, well, you'll figure it out. You'll get there. Next up, double tour guide, whatever, it got hit. Tour guide, still tour guide, and that's just kind of the way it is. Sangan and Tour Bus for tour guide targets. Double effect Veiler. Honest. Chaos Sorcerer. BLS. Gores. Ooh. Ghost rare. Alright, moving on to the spells and traps. Dark Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn.
Staples.
Rhoda, you're running a ton of warriors.
Running a tome.
Mind Control. And then for your quick plays, a Book of Moon, 2 MSTs, and 2 Forbidden Lance. And then on to the trap lineup. This is, at least for the start of the format for me, kind of like my universal trap setup right now. Got double Fiendish, double Bottomless, double Torrential, and the Solemn Brigade of 2 Solemn Warning and 1 Solemn Judgment. So, let's go ahead and move on to the extra deck so you can get a gist of how that was going.
Alright, I'll cover the extra deck. We have 1 Synchro. Catastor. We got a lot of 4s, and we got we got Veiler. So, why not? He's kind of there for a failsafe. 1 Zenmains. It's Zenmains. Secret rare. 1 Leviair. Tour guide. It is the Dino Rabbit type idea. So, banish, get something back, do your plays. 1 Giga Brilliant. Instant BLS in hand. 1 Acid Golem. He's 3000 beat stick. Runs over everything. 1 Utopia. 1 Pappy. Photon Paliparative.
Happy Hybridive.
I don't care. My stroke. Gotchi and Force Ring.
I would have actually ran 2 of him in hindsight on the tournament. I love the card.
Which we learned. 1 Pearl, another beat stick. Now since you're running Warriors, double Blade Armor Ninja, attack twice. Double Heroic Champion, Excalibur, to take half your life points. And the main little tech card that we love and we work, and it's just kind of love to open first time with this, in your first hand. Number 16, Shockmaster. You open this up, that just shuts down a lot of decks. Next, let's go into the extra.
Now I'll go ahead and cover my side deck for this tournament. This is a matter of 2 a.m. genius in motion right now. So we've got a Zenmains. You can side extra deck cards. 2 Logia. 2 Dolka. And then that's right, YouTube. I sided into the entire normal Dino Rabbit engine plus Elekid for duel 2 and 3. It was nuts. And, I mean, it worked a lot. Like, 2 or 3 of my matches, I 2-0'd my opponent in 10 minutes flat. Because I didn't know what was hitting them duel 1, and then they'd go to side shadow imprisoning mirror, light imprisoning, leeching, all of that stuff, and then I'd go into full Dino Rabbit, and they're just like, well, crap! And it kind of worked out super duper well. You have no idea, like, the kind of looks I got when I was like Rabbit. They're like, oh, banish, Alexandrite Dragon. Go into my stroke and chill. And I mean, honestly, I got, like, I only needed Shockmaster maybe 2 or 3 times during the duel. The whole deck actually runs really well just by itself. Because 2000 is kind of a benchmark beater number to summon. Because you're seeing heroes all over, at least within the first 2 days of this format. Just because heroes are really viable, and with Escurado out now, it's just like Super Poly's the ultimate end-all be-all. And when you're dropping, like, Alexandrite Dragons left and right, their alias can't get over that. Not to mention the fact that if, like, the field is wiped, you can just, like, Rabbit, banish, Alexandrite, 4,000, and that's drop. And what's even really great, though, is if you have a hand with, like, a normal monster and Gawain, you're still live for an Ixie play. There was one time where I opened up duel 1 with Alexandrite Dragon and 2 Gawain in my hand. This was like Alexandrite, Gawain, okay, Gawain, yeah. Shockmaster? And they're like, and it was great. The big thing that, like, kind of was my problem during the day that kind of crept into my mind about 3 a.m. when I was falling asleep, but I didn't really listen to it, is the matchups that are generally bad for Dino Rabbit are also the ones that are bad for Noble Rabbit. So it's one of those things where it's like, what do I want to side into? Because it's not going to really do much either way.
That was the kind of the idea behind when I thought of just siding in all straight into Dino Rabbit, the original one, is we don't know the deck either. We're just premiering it ourselves. It was the idea that we were originally started out as kind of a fun, lousy deck, and then realized, you know what? Maybe its one weakness is, like, its strength it could have right now is being surprising, which would be Dino Rabbit.
Yeah. And even interesting, you'd kind of think, like, Konami was totally setting up for this to happen. So if you notice, like, the 3 main cards of the deck, Alexandrite, Artagoras, and then Gawain, were the last 3, like, sneak peek cards for each set. It's just, like, Rabbit players. Here's something else. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the video.
Don't forget the new 10s with Dolgan Logia there.
But as you may have well heard Kaz mention just a moment ago, I'm actually going to be covering this deck for my next TCG player article. It should drop within the next few weeks. Who knows, with all the crazy hype around Toronto right now and just the format starting. We'll see, but go ahead and check it out. And this is Noble Rabbit, and you heard it here first. Or you might not have, but
Yep.
we're going to say it.
There's the premiere. I haven't seen it. This is Buckley, Pat, Team No Fat Chicks. Comment, rate, subscribe. We'll let you know with more decks. Word.